Thanks for staying with us. So, the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Bill was debated and scaled second reading in the House. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And it was sponsored by Honorable Ezenwa Francis Onyewuchi. And the law seeks to add, and let me tell you exactly what the law stipulates. It says anyone who transfers funds, makes payments, or colludes with an abductor, kidnapper, or terrorist to receive any ransom for the release of any person who has been wrongfully confined, imprisoned, or kidnapped is guilty of a felony and is liable on conviction to a term of imprisonment 15 years. And obviously, this matter went viral, and many people were talking about it. And the lawmaker also admonished the House that payment of terrorist ransom, payment of terrorists, the ransom is illegal across many Western countries. And he also stated very clearly that in the US and UK, they do not support payments of ransom to kidnappers. He says payment of terrorist ransom is illegal under the UK Terrorism Act 2000, while in the USA adheres to no concessions policy on payment of ransom. So on those grounds, he feels that we must not encourage terrorists by paying them ransom. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us as usual on 081-2753-687 or 091-390-76948. You can tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your TVC so we can read your tweets. Okay, so let me come to, I know why you want to take this story in the paper review. Yes. What are your general thoughts on it? Let me start with you.
My thoughts. When I read it, I first saw it yesterday. I was like, are these people all right? So, if they kidnap somebody, you, government, you cannot assist in getting the person out. Because they were quoting America, they don't deal with terrorism, they don't pay ransom. Let me tell you something. Film that I don't know for sure, but the film that I've watched, when you kidnap somebody, they will negotiate to release you and even give you money. Then they do one of two things. They either mark the money so they can trace it, or the second thing they will do is that they will have security everywhere.
So they can catch you while you're
close. You know, you're all watching now. Then when you kidnapper come to collect money, everybody will just swarm on you.
Yeah. Or
rescue, make sure that they rescue. They would have even got where the person is coming from and where the person is.
Sometimes Hollywood Hollywood can be make believe.
Okay, let's add a real life one. Why can't add one real life one? They can just fly into your country, pick the person and go. They have done it. We've seen that. That's real life.
That one, they did it here. Okay. They came in and collected. Then they even murdered all the kidnappers there. I think they met like 9. They killed all. You know that kind of pew pew.
Yeah.
You know, then they released their guy unarmed.
Yep.
So that is a country that does not negotiate with terrorists or kidnappers. Now you have nothing. They're just because kidnapping is now, like they said in the bill, is a big business. Everybody is doing it. Because they have seen that you don't have solution. So we are now the victims. The public are now the victims. And then you are sitting and say, you want to... So they will kidnap somebody's child. You can't help them release the child. And then the person cannot negotiate for the release of the child. So what's the solution? They should not be kidnapping people and killing them.
So some people are saying they are putting the cart before the horse.
Yes. That's it.
You know, that you're majoring in minor. I mean, is that how we deal with this issue of terrorism? Like, what are your thoughts when you read this?
So we've had this issue for too long, in fact. And people have proposed state policing, beefing up security, gathering intelligence, and they keep, even as simple as, improving police service and their police benefits to encourage our police officers to do more, buying weapons, recruiting more police officers, responding to the situation, and we could not see anything. I remember the kidnapping in Kaduna, the last one. I kept saying, okay, governor said he will not pay ransom. No problem, don't pay ransom. but give us something concrete that gives us reassurance that you are doing something. Gather intelligence, tell us where they are, or do something, even make an attempt that fails at rescuing. Go to one place, do stunts, and say the children were not there. Nothing happened until the parents carry placard, go and beg National Assembly. And the rumor was that each senator donate something. Now, at that floor of the House, the response to this, because this honorable, senator that is proposing this bill, I know, if they pick him today, him too will be saying, let me talk to, no, don't talk to that, my brother, let me talk to the next brother. They'll pay this money. Because these people, when you want to do an anti-people law, as laudable as it is, because we know for a fact that it's ransom money that is, sponsoring kidnappers. But we know also that we do not have the apparatus yet for us to say, this one we should criminalize first.
That is the...
How do you punish one person double? Somebody whose child was kidnapped, the person will now pay ransom and then go and face criminal trial for paying the money.
Okay, let me come to Brunei. Your initial thoughts.
My initial thought was to read it over and over again. I thought I did not understand the English. So I read it. Even right now, I'm reading it. I'm saying maybe I'm in an alternate universe. Maybe I just, because this is so boldly insensitive. I'm finding it hard to believe that two senators would sit down amongst their colleagues and discuss this, and they would read it. Yes, and it will pass first and second reading. I'm still in shock that somebody did not even call them out and say, really, do you understand what it is that you're saying? If people hear, you know how sometimes you want to embarrass yourself outside, your friends inside will call you and say, please don't even try that.
Not now.
So nobody thought this was insensitive.
Exactly.
So now, when we do this, like you said, which is we are dealing with the cause instead of the root of the matter. And that's the truth concerning many things that we do in Nigeria. There's a problem. The problem right now, the problem we're supposed to be dealing with are the kidnappers. They are the perpetrators. We victim shame, we victim blame. Now we are criminalizing victims. I don't get it. I don't even understand where that mindset comes from. You do not want people to pay to get their loved ones back. So what do you want them to do?
So the issue of state policing or even regional policing, they have been debating it for a while, because that will be part of what helps to solve some of this problem. So the things that will make us solve the problem is not being debated and even passed into law.
That is what I was about to say.
Yes, YK.
Sorry, Morel, but that's just what you are saying. Is they have not looked for a solution to stop the kidnapping. They don't want to go underground and start punishing the people who are kidnapped. Look, I know at least 2 people now who have been kidnapped and have paid.
Yeah. 15 years, yeah, YK.
I met one face to face, He still traumatized from the kidnap, and he was kidnapped like 3-4 years ago. He's still traumatized. Even when I asked him, because I heard so I went to go and meet him, he was shocked. The way he jumped as if I was a kidnapper.
Well,
so what I'm even thinking is that the basis of...
Let me just give an update on what they said, because this bill has, though it has failed second reading, the Senate President, Ahmad Lawan, has referred it to the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights, Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters for further legislative work. So that's been chaired by Senator Bamidele, and I know... I doubt if Senator will let this thing go further.
It's a bill now.
I don't know.
When they say further legislative work just to fine-tune the draft.
Okay.
The thought that it could even enter their brain is what is even surprising.
So I know that
what kind of brains do they have that they are thinking that they will criminalize the people who have been kidnapped?
So we agree with criminalizing. We're just saying it's not time.
It's not time yet. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't agree with criminalizing. No matter the time.
I agree. That it's wrong to pay.
Okay.
It's not time yet.
Yes.
We don't have
the right things in place.
Yes, if they have the proper police structure and the person is just willing to pay because you have the money, you're funding.
Yes.
But you are helpless, you don't have options, and that's you're putting first. So the person is now just waiting for their family members to either die or be released. That's the option you're giving them.
So I want to start with, sorry, Mariah, Leah Sharibu. She's still there. She's still in...
what is she doing?
The custody
of kidnappers. Yes. The Chibok girls, they are still in the custody of kidnappers.
Of them,
The forest people, the forest training children, they paid ransom.
Yes.
Even though the parents have refused to talk about it because it's a criminal offense. for their children. The Greenfield University students, who 5 were killed. Have still not been released today. Yes. And you senators, you are not saying, I'm going to hold all the governors accountable for anybody kidnapped in their states. They didn't say that. They say you, the victim. You see, kidnappers are not listening, and it is them that they should go and kidnap first. Let me see whether they will pay or not.
And you know that, so for them,
big man will pay.
For me,
big man will pay. Small man is small, ordinary Nigerian who will go to jail for paying. Big man will pay, nothing will happen. Are they not the ones who started paying? All the big men in this country, when they were picking them up, were the ones paying. Evans, we know how many people that paid. Till today, because Evans have become big man himself, kidnapping, he's still on trial. When they've already convicted the Victus and Co in the US. What are you telling me? If they carry this honorable member that is talking, he will pay.
If it was ever the picked up, would have been jail.
Anyways,
let's go for a break and I'll come to you, Mariam. Let's go to a quick break and we'll take and open our phone line. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So we're still talking about this bill, this proposed bill from the House. Mariam, I'm going to...
Yeah, so I was going to say that the basis on which this bill is being read is that they believe that the victims are in collusion with the kidnappers. So they feel that you are a criminal yourself. You're actually doing it to help the kidnappers. They're not looking at it from a point of view where you are a victim, that you are suffering because of this as well. Not only have you lost your loved ones, now you have to put all your monies together, your property and savings, and put that as well to get your loved ones back. And then you said that they mentioned the UK government, the US government criminalizing this. When I was reading this, I didn't see that criminalization they're talking about. So I went to the Parliament business. It's called www.parliament.uk. That's the website. So you read like reports on the Parliament, the things that they discuss concerning different bills and their laws. And this particular one it says the money laundering and financing of terrorism, European Union Committee content. And here, the law in the UK on ransom payments, it goes number 1. In the UK, the payment of ransom is not an offense. It's not an offense as such. Although Her Majesty's government will not make or facilitate a ransom payment, right, and will always counsel others against any such substantive concessions to hostage takers. So what they're saying is that, yes, the government itself may not pay, may not say, as they say, we do not pay ransom, we do not negotiate with terrorists, but they will advise you not to do it. So they're not criminalizing you, they're advising you, and they will say to you, report to the police. And then the second thing, which I find very important, and that's the mindset I hope that Nigerians have and our leaders have. It says, in kidnap situations, there are invariably extremely testing judgments to be made between a ransom and not making a payment, which could endanger the hostages and any property held. If ransom payment was an offense, it would risk criminalizing families and employers who are already in the position of having to make these difficult decisions regarding the fate of the hostages. A change in the law could also discourage those of whom the demand is made from contacting the law enforcement authorities for their assistance. So what you have done, when you criminalize victims, when they would have reported to you what is happening, they would not, and they quietly just do these negotiations without the government.
And then the business will continue to thrive.
Yeah.
And that's why I said they have not been thinking. Because if they are thinking, are you sure? Looks like you.
There's something
let me take tweets.
Yeah, I'll take it. Emmanuel, are you there? Emmanuel, are you there? Okay, we lost that call. So when lawmakers throw stuff like, oh, the UK law, the US law, thank you, Mariam, for bringing that, because then we can get better clarity. What exactly is the UK law you're referring to? Because based on what we have read,
they're not
criminalizing it.
Yeah.
It's not been encouraged, but it could be something that could be adopted if it's necessarily required based on the life of the hostage.
I say you don't watch their film.
Standard security agencies that they have. Now there's a new trend. My uncle was picked up on the last week Sherry Road. He just cleverly negotiated from 5 million to 3 million, paid and quietly went home. We are still begging him, Uncle, release. He said, I'm not doing anything. because I saw what I saw. I just paid so that I can at least live long enough to raise my small children that are so young. And a lot of Nigerians tweet every day. Yesterday, Admiralty Way, Lekki was trending online for quiet kidnaps of 1.52 million ransom, people paying on their way home. You have no secure roads. You have no secure that. We don't trust any security agent that you can press one quick number, a response number, and help will come. You will be watching in traffic like this. The day before my father died, I stood in traffic and I watched a car they were robbing that car. All of us were stuck in that traffic. It was raining. There was law enforcement agency working like this. Only me by myself. iPhone till the phone died. We were shaking like this inside traffic. Nothing could be done. A truck will block in front like this on no show. And the innocent car will be thinking, let me go behind the truck, we will move, and then they start.
I have a call from Worry. Good morning, are you there? Like a tweet. Worry, good morning. I have a call from Worry. Are you there? I have a connection issue.
Okay. Stephen Miracle says the bill, when it becomes a law, will aid kidnapping more and hide identities of their sponsor. Yes. This is because those that paid ransom cannot come out to say they paid, and as such, kidnapping cannot be investigated and their sponsor unraveled. Peter Mwaze says, my intuitive concern on seeing this was what then happens to the victims? Are we to allow them suffer and possibly die in the hands of the kidnappers? I just think this is one approach to many approaches, to the many approaches that should work together to curb this crime. Birikis, they would leave Ekpa and go and kill Lakpa, putting the carts before the horse. They have no moral or legal justification for this ridiculous proposal when they cannot secure the lives of the helpless citizens who see no way out but pay for the lives of their loved ones. Plenty tweets, so.
Sambab says the senators are not serious. A colleague of mine was kidnapped. All sorts of things were done to him so that the family could bring the money. They said if you involve the police, they will kill him. When the money finally got to them, they waited. They counted the money and made sure it was complete before the release. My lane, #MyLane says, this is just a way to silence Nigerians and a way of empowering the kidnappers. Something is fishy because it's true. As you said, you'll be discouraged from reporting the situation. You deal with it on your own, and kidnappers just get away.
Rolake says, are you not tired of Nigerian lawmakers' insensitive bills? When it comes to corruption, UK and US laws are not quoted. Let all the lawmakers' security be withdrawn, and we would applaud the bill. Where is Wadume? Who is behind the exported male organs?
Thank you.
And then AGKOB just said it simply. He says, if there's no kidnapping, then there will be no need to pay ransom.
Let me take this call from Taraba. Hopefully they can get through. Good morning, are you there? We haven't issued our phone lines this morning. We have to wrap up very soon.
Every time we have issues with it, it's not just us. The whole Nigeria has issues with phone lines.
The question Miriam just asked now is a very serious question. So, in this country, Wadume was arrested by 3 police officers. A soldier in this Nigeria that has name, not be somebody that cannot be found, led his own team to kill those 3 police officers with names. In this country, Wadume was arrested, but because he's in the big league, we have not started trial. Talk less of a conviction. And this is going to another 2 or 3 years after. In this country, somebody now sat down without those issues being resolved. And Evans is still suing the government for his continuous detention without trial.
It is in this country. It is not the common man. They now want to come and deal for paying ransom. Me, I trust my Babako, Honorable Bamidele. He's going to be the chairman of the Judicial Committee that's going to review this. Is it for me? I know that he will.
And there's some things that
please, which kidnapper have you heard that they have arrested and convicted?
I don't even know.
I've never heard that they have convicted about 10 kidnappers so that to serve as a deterrent to other kidnappers. So they just now say it is you that they kidnap that will go to jail for 15 years. Who is them?
Let's go.
Not me that will go to jail.
Me, I trust. I can tell you that it won't go. It won't pass. It won't go. Let's go. It can't go.